On today's Throwback, we'll be having a look at the Shocker Toys Indie Spotlight, the MAXX figure. It's one of my favorite figures from the Shocker Toys Indie Spotlight. Also really liked the Scud Disposable the Assassin and also the Tick. Now one would almost say, Spot, you didn't do this review very long ago. Why are you doing a throwback right now? Well, I liked this toy. Didn't really like the review that I did of it. It was just all right. Kind of like when you lose weight. When you lose weight, at the time that you're a little obese, a tad obese, you might think to yourself, you know what, I don't look too bad. I fill out a shirt pretty nicely. These pants fit pretty good. I always wear track pants. They seem to fit all right. No need to lose the weight. Then when you start losing weight and you look back at old pictures of yourself, you think, wow, what happened and when did I stop caring about myself? That pretty much sums up some of my reviews. While Spot does like some of the reviews that I've shot, there are other ones that I would like to do throwbacks on. This figure was one of them, so that is why we are doing a throwback of it once again. Before we actually have a look at the figure once again, let's have a look at that package once again. One thing I do like about the package is it's very basic. You got your orange, you got your yellow. At the top there you can see Comic Book Heroes Indie Spotlight. It's very large packaging because it's a very large figure. One thing I also like about the package is the fact that there's just tape along the sides, bottom, sides. Once you cut that, you can easily just slide the package in and out. So if you want to take your figure out of the package, you don't have to worry about ripping it open or cutting it open and not being able to put it back. So I think that was a good job, certainly from Shocker Toys, to allow the collector out there buy the figure, take it out, do whatever it is that a collector may do with their figure. Maybe they'll pose it, put it on the shelf. Maybe the MAXX will be beating up some of the mini-mates or the My Little Ponies sitting on the shelf. I don't know. And then you can put it back in the package. I like that quite a bit. Speaking of which, on the back of the package, let's move the camera up a little bit, shall we? The other figures that you can get from Shocker Toys, we have, speaking of Scud the Disposable Assassin, we've got Scud right there. We have the MAXX, Shadowhawk, Kabuki, and finally Kachu. Bless you. Collect them all and build an Is army. As you can also see, each figure does come with its own Is. In this case, the MAXX seems to come with 3 different Ises. 3. The read-up on Shocker Toys Comic Book Heroes says Indie Spotlight will feature 18 plus points of articulation in every 6 to 7 inch scaled figure. Shocker Toys wants to have as close of a relationship with the creators of each figure as you would come to have over the years of reading their books. So our figures will reflect that. We also realize that Indie Spotlight will create its own universe as it grows, so look for scale to play a big part in expressing the diversity from character to character, with giant robots staring down super-powered vixens and over-muscled supermen going toe-to-toe with sickly inhuman creatures. We'll have it all. MAXX obviously is a good example of that because he is a very large figure. As for the read-up of the MAXX, it says Comic Book Hero stats, name the MAXX, occupation protector of Julie. The story of MAXX, a homeless man who believes he is a superhero. The MAXX shifts between the real world and a dream world, which he refers to as the Outback. This alternate universe, which resembles a fantastic version of prehistoric Australia, is just as real to him as the real world. His only friend is Julie Winters, a freelance social worker. Little does she know that she and the MAXX have deeper connection, and it involves the dream world in which the MAXX is constantly drawn. A very nice read-up. What I am going to do on this throwback is we're going to get this back opened up. We're going to have a look at the figure once again, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on this figure. The MAXX comes with 3 different Ises. For starters, we have ourselves a little fairy, pink fairy Is. creepy, no eyes once again. She's got herself some wings going on there, a little dress. You can also see that she's on a stand, just because she is flying and all. There is no articulation or anything to speak of. These are just basically solid PVC pieces. But still, pretty neat. Oh, pretty neat. Except when Spot drops it. He also does get a black and white is, which look like they both share the exact same mold. Just obviously one is white, one is dark. And also you can see too, like the mouth is different on the two. These arms, you would almost expect them to be PVC or a wire that you can bend the arms. It doesn't look like you can. They're just basically one piece. But you get two of them, two ises. Moving those aside, we'll zoom the camera back a bit. And there you have the MAXX. Now, he has two heads. Currently, I've got the head on him that was packaged with the figure. And this is more the Outback Dream World MAXX, with this very long kind of mane-like head going on here. It's entirely up to you how you would prefer to have your MAXX. There is certainly this option. McFarlane Toys also, I believe, did have their MAXX included with an alternate or a main piece that you could put on their MAXX as well. It is, again, entirely up to you. If you are the type that necessarily does not like the MAXX with this setup, this going on, he does also come with just his regular head as well. Now this is likely how I'm going to display him, so what I will do is I'm just going to pop this head off. It is on, if I can get my hand in there, it is on a ball joint right there. There's the alternate head, we'll just put that down there. And we'll get the other head on, just like so. And again, that's preferably, this is how I'm going to have the figure. I much prefer this head more so. The detailing on the face, as simple as the MAXX's head is anyways, you still get quite a nice bit of detail on the face. You got the yellow over top of the purple, the main purple coloring. You got the nice white eyes, and I like that they put in this nice dark coloring around the eyes as well. You can put a little bit of the dark right above his mouth or teeth area also. You can also see that his body, I'll just zoom back a bit, his body is basically one solid color, one solid purple, but then they've actually done a darker purple and gray wash over it to bring out some of the details in his back, which I think actually the camera is doing a better justice of than what it is in person. The camera actually, based on what I'm looking through right now, the camera makes it look like it's a bit darker as well in color. Whereas in actual fact the figure is more of a violet color, more like a violet purple color. You can also see this really bright yellow that they've put on his arms, also in his hands going on there as well. And as well you have the black lines there, the black detailing right above the arms as well. Just really, really nice detailing. As you get further down to his feet, then you can see a little more of the detailing in his boots. Despite the fact that I like this figure as much as I do, it does have a few hiccups, a few delightful hiccups here and there. For starters, it seems like the ball joint that you saw when I replaced out the head seems to be the exact same ball joint that they've put in all the limbs. Not so bad, but I find the one problem is after a while, some of the limbs have gotten extremely loose. You can see, in fact, with the arm, it's gotten extremely loose, as well as the leg. A fix, I'm sure if you would like to go through the efforts, you could probably take the joints off, or take the sockets, the arm sockets off the leg socket, and just apply a little bit of like clear nail polish on those ball joints, or glue. You know, if you don't have access to nail polish, not all of us do, but you could put something on there, let it harden a bit, let it dry, and then that should bring it should increase the size of the ball joint just enough that when you put the body parts back on, the pieces back on, it should make for a little bit of a snugger, tighter fit. So there is that option as well. In the way of MAXX's articulation, again, being that these are all ball joints, you're going to get a free range of movement. You're going to certainly get a lot of different poses you can get out of the figure. His head is, of course, on that ball joint. So you can move the head up and down, left and right. You can rotate the head as well. The same idea, the shoulders. There is just a standard swivel in the shoulders, which is really about the only area that is just a standard swivel. But then he does have that ball jointed arm, the upper forearm. He does have a ball jointed lower, bicep and then lower forearm. He's got that ball joint going on as well. He's got a ball jointed hand. So again, you can get lots of movement going with the figure. His lower torso, he doesn't have anything in the waist, but kind of in his ab area, he has that ball joint as well. He's got the ball joint in the leg. He does have, you know what, actually he does have a swivel in the upper thigh as well. He's got a 2-point bend in the knee, and then he's got a ball jointed foot. So again, lots of articulation, lots of different positions you can get him in, but again, the one problem, the one strike with the figure is solely for the fact that these ball joints, as large as they are, you end up basically getting a figure that in time starts getting really loose. And I might actually even go through the efforts of just adding a little bit of nail polish or glue on those joints, just to kind of get those joints to stiffen up a bit. Now, when I did the initial review of MAXX here, I think I gave him about an 8.5. I still stand behind that. Now, I'm still going to give him an 8.5. He does have the one problem with the joints, but still, I am a sucker for the MAXX. I am a sucker for this figure. I still think this figure is worth getting an 8.5. If you can find him and you are a MAXX fan yourself, I would definitely say this is worth picking up. If you aren't a MAXX fan, perhaps maybe this review will sell you on the idea. And if you haven't watched the MTV miniseries, The MAXX, definitely want to check that out as well. Today's throwback, we were having a look at the Shocker Toys Indie Spotlight, The MAXX. I thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below what you think of this particular figure. Perhaps maybe you have this figure yourself. Maybe you have the same issues with these joints also. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.